In today's video, I'm going to be having a look at cryptocurrencies and a bit of the mayhem that's gone on. We've got a couple of charts to look at and a bit of talk on vaccines and Black Friday. Hello and welcome to another ACY Securities Hot Topics video. My name is Alastair Schultz and I'm going to be your host through today's trading journey. The first thing I'm looking at today is I've had a look at the charts this morning as soon as I've woken up. I know it is a bank holiday in the US today with Thanksgiving, but the S&P 500 has given us a little bit of a signal that it might want to head a little bit further down. At the moment, I've got circled on the chart behind me a double top pattern that does look pretty prime for the picking. Of course, these are not always guaranteed signals, but they are pretty good indicators for us to have a bit of a direction on where we might be thinking about going in the short and little interim period. The same thing can actually be seen on Ethereum versus the US dollar, except this time it's a double bottom. We've seen cryptos have a bit of a rough ride, which I'll get into in just a moment. And at the moment, it's gone down enough and hit a support point and is showing a nice little pattern there that might be about to tick off and go in the right direction that we're looking for. So let's keep an eye on both of those charts and see if we can get an opportunity out of them. They're still just hovering on the point where I would feel comfortable about taking a trade. So they're not just yet, but very, very soon from the looks of things. Now, looking at what's going on, there has been crypto mayhem in the last sort of 24 hours. Some tokens are down more than 20%, and some of them are in fact even more. Bitcoin is down 11.42%. Ethereum is down 15.8%, and we've seen EOS down 21.5%, and there's a couple others that are just a fraction more. Now, what's actually gone on behind the scenes? There's been rumors about new regulations coming out of the US, possibly coming in before the end of the year. So it's a sell-off that's been based off a rumor mill, if we think about it from that perspective, but that's enough for it to go down. We could also look at the idea that Bitcoin has come within $7 of its largest high ever, and people are probably going, oh, well, it's going to come down again. So we're getting a lot of short selling happening at the same time. Now, what is the news that's come out about this regulation? It's all around self-hosted crypto wallets, which are a software piece that allows you to basically keep them a little bit safer, and you don't have to rely on third-party services to do transactions and things like that. If they remove that and they say that, all right, we're doing a ban now on self-hosted crypto wallets, then it does do a bit of an impact in the ease of access and, of course, the ease of in transaction and possibly the costing of it all when you do a transaction. So that has given enough ample evidence to sort of suggest that people might think a bit negative about that. Now, at the moment, it's looking like Treasurer Secretary Steve Mnuchin is the culprit of the rumor, saying that he is looking into it, but it's still not confirmed. So, while we've heard he's thinking about it, we haven't got an answer to say, yes, it's going to happen just yet. Either way, hold on to your wallets and keep an eye on your cryptos if you are trading them. Now, having a look at Astra Zeneca, their stock price has fallen 1.8%. The reason for their fall has really come from getting real hands-on to their results, where we've seen questionable details coming out about their 90% efficiency rating. In addition to all of that, we've also seen their CEO selling stock right before they actually release the results. That's not good business practice, and it certainly doesn't inspire confidence for most of us. So they are still talking about the idea of being able to actually have authorization to sell their vaccine before the end of 2020. But they've also announced they're going to be doing another trial to try and get some better results. The reason for the dodgy results is the change in dosages that they were giving about midway through the trial. They've also had very mixed populations when it comes to it. They've got one side that's people under the age of 50, a broad spectrum one, and those both show different numbers. So it's not as efficient as what they are claiming it to be. And until we get those extra results, it's likely not going to be the position I'm going to be looking to get in on right away. But regardless, let's keep an eye on how they progress and let's see if they do. We know that the Philippines have actually ordered a high quantity of the Astra Zeneca vaccine as well. Now, looking at Black Friday, it is today coming up for Australia, but it will be in the US session tonight for obviously for the US. Today is still Thanksgiving, so we are expecting to see a bit of quiet market action throughout the rest of today, particularly on the ASX and in Asian equities after last night's shorter time frame of trading. So expect to be lighter volumes than normal, expect to see less trading action, and that reflects in the news as well. There's not a huge deal of news tonight. I will go through it in just a moment though. Now, either way, when we look at the stuff that's going on with Black Friday, obviously e-commerce and retail sectors are going to be the ones that have interest. So if you do have some ideas about a trade or where you might want to start focusing, they're probably the better areas to sort of start generalizing and then narrow down on your picks from there. Some of the ones that I like are Amazon and Best Buy, as of course they are both big sort of companies. Amazon is for more the online e-commerce side of things, while Best Buy is for the retail front. So, but there are others, there are plenty of others. So have a look, see what you find, see if you can find something that's sort of undervalued but got some good idea for growth over this next couple of weeks. Don't try and focus on a particular product item, because generally you can't always pick what's going to be the big ticket items for the year. So don't try and do that. It's generally ill-advisable. Of course, there are some exceptions like Easter and things like that, but keep it on keel. Now, moving on to the news ahead of today, it's still a bank holiday in the US, hence why we're expecting to be a quiet session. Then we have Black Friday sales. So while the Black Friday sales are going on, then we're not going to get updates on those overnight as to how much anyone has done a sale on. We're going to have to wait a little bit for that information to come in. We do have a bit of European news coming out, German import prices. We have French GDP in the preliminary. There's also French CPI coming out and the Italian 10-year bonds. And of course, Black Friday coming up tonight for the US and already in the southern side of the world where we are seeing some of those sales come in on our phones already. Now, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. Now, if you do want to get in contact with me, get in touch with me on any of my socials. Of course, my email is talktoal@acy.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video so you can get more great content from me and ACY Securities in the future. Have a great trading day ahead.